Subscribe to our YouTube channel and don't forget to press the bell icon to get all the latest updates.
Hi, I'm Hemant Sharma, and I welcome you all to the Import Hub Media. In the Admission and Campus Interview Experience series, today we have with us Ms. Sajal Bhardwaj, who is pursuing her FPM from the prestigious IIM Calcutta. She is doing her research in the area of public policy and management. Prior to joining IIM Calcutta, she has done her BA and MA in Political Science and
Political
Government from the University of Rajasthan. We are so glad to have you, Sajal.
Thank you so much for receiving me here, sir. It's a pleasure to meet you.
So, Sajal, we will start with from the very basic thing and just dive into it. So, why did you choose a research career?
See, the first source of inspiration, like many students and children have been my parents itself. My father is a professor in geography, and he's working under the government of Rajasthan. So I was always very curious with the idea of learning, that lifelong learning. When you keep studying a lot of things, and when people engage in discussions with you, you get that thrill that yes, this person knows so much, and people have somewhat an outlook of prestige and respect towards you. So I wanted that for myself as well, and my father has always been supportive. So I decided to pursue a career in research and be an academician.
Great. And so, what prompted you to go for political science?
See, government and policies things were like my interest area since the school days itself. And what propelled my interest in the same direction was the fact that I wanted to work with the government and the policy making area. And political science as a field gives you a wider perspective, be it about international relations, comparative politics, political thought, and everything. And I firmly believe for policy making and everything, you need to have a broader perspective about various disciplines.
Oh, that's great.
Hence, I chose.
So, and what made you choose IIM Calcutta for your FPM?
So, I mean, before applying to various institutions, I was looking at the profiles of various professors that we had across various institutions. So, in IIM Calcutta, one of the finest qualities, I must say, and the merit for people like me was that we have in PPM group specifically, we have professors from diverse backgrounds like anthropology, political science, sociology. So, that thing is something that I have not found elsewhere. And so this thing worked, resonates with my own goals as well. I needed a broader perspective before diving into research and, thesis area. I just wanted to get a broader perspective about various things. So in our coursework itself, we study a lot of things. But yes, having this kind of diversity was something I wanted to look forward to.
That's such a nice perspective to go ahead with the FPM thing, because many people go for a very focused thing, and that may actually hurt up in the long run, because having a perspective is something which makes you whole-rounded and holistic scholar.
Yes.
So Sajal, what comes to your mind when I say IIM Calcutta FPM Experience? What three words come to your mind?
The three words that I mean, it is very difficult to sum up the entire experience in just three words. But if I have to pick my three, then it will be quality, excellence, and parity.
Great. So, Sajal, most of our scholars would love to know about your admission experience, because you have done your JRF in political science itself, which is a very rare thing, but see, it gives a very holistic viewpoint to scholars, saying that even if you're from political science, you can go for it. Even if you're in psychology, you can go for it. Even if you're coming from a non-management background, you still have an open platform to go and pursue research in the area which has a management tone.
True.
So, how was your admission process for the IIM Calcutta FPM thing? I mean, starting from the qualifying exam to the interview thing.
Yeah. So I mean, to apply in this particular program, they accept various exam entrances. Like you can appear for CAT, you can go for GRE, GMAT, and JRF, UGC NET, and CSIR, both JRFs you need to have. Basically, IIM will accept even net too. So having a JRF worked as an added advantage for me. So I applied through that, and fortunately, I was shortlisted too. So my admission process was quite smooth. Like I was intimidated quite, many days before my actual interview and everything. And the interview process was very smooth too. The faculty members seemed very cooperative and they were very supportive. Even it didn't feel like I didn't have that anxiety within me. Like once it began, I knew that yes, it could be my game. So I mean, initially all the professors they were very cordial too. So I was asked questions regarding my own background as well. That was the warm-up round that we had, and gradually proceeded to how my background resonates with my research area interest and what propelled me to pick up this specific area of research and what am I willing to do with it in the next 4-5 years? Where do I see myself in the next 10 years? And the general questions were there. Overall, I would sum it up that it was a really good experience, and once I was done with it, I somewhat had that thing that yes, I could make it to this place. I mean, I cannot just put in words. Once I received that confirmation from IIM Cal, I mean, it was a dream come true for me. Yeah.
So, are you supposed to prepare a research proposal before going to an interview?
Yes. I mean, you in the application process itself, you are supposed to answer some very peculiar questions, and I firmly believe that those questions will help you think deeper. Because research is something which you undertake for a long period of time, unlike the other degrees which will supposedly be done with
Which are very
in 2-3 years or so.
time bound and very
Research
systematic
is
in terms of
exactly. Yes. Although you're not supposed to have a very thorough knowledge about that specific area, but some basic things like how would your background help you in pursuing research in this area? How do you connect both of these? And then why this area specifically? Why do you want to explore more about it? So you need to know some basic things about it. Your a good knowledge of your education background definitely will help you to sail through. And like I had a basic structure, like what the particular government's stance on this area was, what are the frameworks available, what are the global initiatives available. So something basic you need to know about that. That's it.
So is your coursework done or are you still undergoing a coursework thing?
We have a rigorous coursework. So we have coursework till second year of our PhD. In first year, we have PGP and doctoral courses. I'm speaking specifically for my area. So we have both doctoral as well as MBA courses. And in second year, it becomes more doctoral specific. Then after that, after 2 years completion, we are supposed to give a CQE examination.
Comprehensive examination.
Yeah. Yes, that qualifying examination. Post, I mean, clearing that exam, we move into our thesis writing stage.
Which part of the whole process was more painstaking and more grilling for you? I mean, the preparing for the JRF thing, the interview thing, or the SOP thing, or the
JRF thing was, I mean, JRF this time was more of like something that I was not anticipating. Because while I was, my JRF examination coincided with my final semester examination of the master's degree. So I had barely 20 days between that exam and when my master's exams got over. So in those 20 days, I just had to brush up everything I had studied for my previous attempt. And then knowledge of your master's degree will definitely help you in JRF. So I just somehow, I knew I was so scattered, and you won't believe me, I was not even willing to go to, write that examination. And my parents forced me to at least go and sit there, give that exam. And somehow, so it was very, thrilling experience for me, at least JRF. And then moving on to that, articulating your thoughts about the research proposal and everything, because I knew this is not a piece of cake. Like you just write anything at random. You have to be thorough about what you're writing. You need to have a clear writing, thought process while writing a proposal, that for an institute like IIM Cal. So yeah, so definitely I wanted it to be really good. And so I took some time to write about it, consulted some people that whether this is something that you will accept me for. So I had to make certain changes after consulting a lot of people, and then finally I submitted it. So I think more than the interview, this preparation stage of that proposal, that drafting, and that final submission of that was something that still gives me chills sometimes.
I don't know, that's something which refines the whole preparation
Yeah.
for the interview thing. So do you
Yes.
have any preparation tips for the aspiring scholars, especially in terms of JRF thing and then the interview and application thing?
Yes, so for GRF, if we start go sequentially, so for
Hmm.
GRF, I would highly recommend that try and attempt while pursuing your master's degree itself. See,
Hmm.
because GRF is a different type of game when you're
Hmm.
writing your master's examination. Master's, you need to give a subjective paper, while
Hmm.
GRF is for you an objective paper.
Objective
So
paper.
all that you study in your master's degree is directly related to GRF.
Hmm.
Only in this examination, you will have to study some extra things, but I think that is easily manageable. So when you get a holistic perspective about your subject itself, so I don't think studying something specific is going to be a challenge for you. So I would not recommend that. Some people have this mindset that once we clear our masters, then we'll sit for GRF. It very rarely happens that you're able to clear GRF after that, gap. So
Hmm.
prepare for GRF with your masters. It is not that difficult given the fact that you have your subject knowledge. And then apart from that, if you're aiming at IIM Cal, so try to diversify your interest areas. Try to know where you can work in conformity with the institution as well. How this institution can help you.
Hmm.
So your goals need to be congruent, overlapping with that of the institutes, what the institute has to offer to you. So, like I applied for public policy, so I knew which areas right now need, critical addressal or
Hmm.
something. So my selected area was education.
Hmm.
So I had to search about it. So look about it. What are the key challenges? What are the key frameworks available? What the government is doing in that direction? What are different policy perspectives about it? And so somewhat something about everything. That's how you make your research proposal.
Hmm.
Yes.
And
So
the
that's
interview thing, preparation for the interview.
preparation for the interview thing. Again, have your good subject knowledge because your subject knowledge will boost your confidence. So luckily for me, the majorly of the teachers in my area are more or less related to my area itself. So I had an idea about what they were asking to me.
Hmm.
And they definitely began with my area only, my education background only. I still remember those questions. So they began with that. So it will boost your confidence if you're able to answer questions about your subject. It will help you. Then they'll slowly transition to the research area, that how these both things are related. So when you study about a research area, any area you've picked up, for example, industrial policy or energy policy or anything, so just trying to find similar grounds. And do not feel like it will be something very, hyper inflated or anything in that sense. No, it will not be. It will be very general in sense. You just need to have a clear idea about why you're doing this thing.
Okay. So, as per your experience, what qualities do the interviewers value the highest when evaluating a scholar during interview?
So, about the qualities that I'm still figuring it out because after
Hmm.
my interaction with the teachers, they continuously keep reminding me, you need to live up to that. You need to live up to that. So the end is not just making it to this place. It is about, making it through the coursework and then preparing yourself for the thesis writing stage.
Hmm.
So when I said this program is very rigorous, that means it will expect you to put your 100%. It's just, just making it to IIM Cal is not the end.
It's a
The
beginning.
actual struggle begins.
It's a beginning.
Yes, the actual struggle begins here because in every year we have this check. We need certain CGPA to
Hmm.
clear on, pass on to the next year.
Oh.
So, after this, so certain these qualities that teachers look forward to in a candidate, according to my understanding, is that you need to be, that zeal in you should be there, that you
Hmm.
want to study and you're willing to learn. Be, be open about the ideas, and
Hmm.
then that perseverance, that diligence in somebody, that yes, that person is willing to work for it. He'll be there, persistence. And
Hmm.
then honestly, like you in your interview, they can easily make out, they have, years and years of
Years of
experience,
experience.
so they can easily make out who is flunking what, who is trying to put up some stories, so they'll just catch you right there. So
Hmm.
be honest about your experiences as well. Do not try to portray yourself as something you are not.
Hmm.
So that is the basic qualities that they look forward to.
Great. So, Sajal, how has been your experience at the IIM Calcutta been so far, as a scholar and as a resident?
So as a scholar, my experience has been, I would say that I have had a chance to come across many disciplines which I do not think otherwise I would have been able to,
Explore.
because we have this common course with MBA programs. So I have studied different disciplines like marketing management, organization behavior, which being from public policy, I would not have, if it was just your doctoral programs related, I don't think so. I would have had an understanding about those things. So a knowledge of diverse fields, and apart from that, that kind of inputs your professors give you. Professors here are very supportive. It's like there's not a very hierarchical scene that yes, you have to be very cautious about talking to them or something. You can express your views, and they will be listening to you. They will be supporting you through it. I mean, my experience has been really good at this institution as well as with my professors.
So as a resident, how has it been so far?
As a resident, the campus is really good. It is lush green, I must tell you. The temperatures are not very extreme, unlike in some other cities where we might found, and there is no pollution in the campus as well. So that greenery helps with that. Plus, we have so many natural lakes, so that scenic beauty will literally make you feel like you're in one of the finest places. So there are many times we'll just stand in some corner and we'll keep observing the campus as a whole, and it looks very beautiful.
Great. So, Sajal, what are the things that you love about the coursework in 3 words? IIM Calcutta FPM coursework.
It's diversity, and apart from that, interdisciplinary approach. And the third thing being that it will expect you to be on your toes. Something that will always be, analytical in nature. Because how we are taught is not just book-based learning. No, it is more of interactive. We are expected to read cases prior coming to the classes, and then the professors make us think analytically in the class that how would you do. So this is an open-ended thing. Like there is no final verdict on those cases, but it will make you think in that direction, like where you are going, how you will go to that place. So this is quite thought-stimulating process in the classes.
Okay. So, Sajal, what are the 3 things that you love about IIM Calcutta and then Calcutta?
3 words about IIM Calcutta, then definitely the credibility this institution gives you, and the prestige that this institution has. I mean, as one of the topmost B schools in India, the 3 words for I'm not actually able to understand how to answer to this question, as in, summarizing it in 3 words. So again, like I said again, quality is there, excellence is there, and diversity.
The peer group thing, I mean, do you have the peers who are making you better every day? I mean, at least
yes, definitely.
The doctoral cohort especially.
Yes. Definitely. I mean, this is one of the plus points that I have found, that the people are very supportive here. Even our seniors and other people in the DP community, they'll be always there for you. You just have to, and it's like sometimes you don't even have to mention that thing, and the help is always there. They regularly we have some community meetings where we can discuss. They give us a platform to discuss our issues regarding academics or any other this residential related issues. So they're always very supportive. So again, there is no hierarchy here that we have to address them using some salutation specifically or nothing. It's more of a it feels like a family. So we address to it as a DP family, a doctoral program family.
Okay. So 3 things you love about Calcutta. I mean, how based on how much you have explored as of now.
Calcutta, when you think about Calcutta, then first thing that comes to my mind while exploring the city, I mean, to the extent I have been able to yet, is the feel of traditions. That you can still feel those things when you look around at the buildings. Then there's architecture. There's good architecture, that tradition, and then third thing will be the scenic beauty that Calcutta has. I mean, there are still some really gracious buildings and some really gracious streets. So you get that feeling that this is where you feel like being right now.
I mean, so that means it's the best of both the worlds. You have the old city charm, and then you have the best of the B school.
Yes, definitely. Yes.
So, Sajal, what is your usual work day like?
My usual day, I mean, we do not have classes at the same time every day. So every day schedule will be different. But usually the day begins around 10 with the classes. So you're supposed to be in the classes, 1.5 hour session we have for each class. And then once like by 3 or so, we get done with our classes, 3 or 4. It depends on the day schedule itself. So we get done with our classes. Then normally we'll just sit in the library or something to discuss the other day's assignments. And once we're done with that thing, we'll sit just to have some leisure time, like sitting with each other, discussing just normal things about the campus or anything at general. So it's a pretty comfortable thing as well. Apart from academics, the life seems to be quite sorted.
So what makes an ideal work day for you? I mean, are you an early morning riser or are you a late sleeper? When do you work?
So I'm a night crawler.
Okay.
So I do not know why, due to no specific reason, all the imaginative and even creative ideas will pop up in my head during the late hours.
Good.
So I just read my cases whenever something requires me to be a little more patient and composed, like while reading a case, while analyzing a case. So I'll do that till in the late night hours. But it's like if I am supposed to do something like making a submission, so I'll always make it a point to make the submissions in the morning hours.
Okay.
So I mean, it varies from day to day. There cannot be any fixed schedule because some days some assignments might require you to wake the entire night, and some days you'll be fortunate enough to sleep early. So it will vary a lot.
So what is your favorite campus hangout spot, Sajal?
So there's this place we have in our campus that's called Jetty. So it is more like a platform extended till the lake. I mean, it is extended over the lake, and it's quite secure though, and it's my favorite spot. Like you can see direct moon from there. The moonlight shines on, and the ambience is really good and quite relaxed. So yeah, and for most of us, it's the common place.
So Sajal, one last question in this segment. You have been a very voracious reader and a self-driven learner. So would you like to share some time management and productivity tips for our aspiring scholars?
Yes, sir. So the thing is, like you just mentioned about reading. So reading habits need to be quite good, especially you're looking forward to pursue your career in academics. You need to read. You need to be an avid reader. So the time management would be like between your coursework and your readings will be that you can devote first of all, the requirement is to be there in the class, attend the sessions regularly, so you get a hang of things, and then after session you can just skim through it. So the PGP courses can be managed, but they can be hectic. And apart from that, your doctoral reading, it will require you some patience too. But the good thing here is we get support from our teachers and professors as well, who are there to support us. So there's specific time management thing between is like you need to prioritize your things. What holds what importance for you, and accordingly devote time to it. And it's like for us, the initial purpose is research. So definitely we read a lot. I mean, we are given readings prior our sessions. So we have to make sure that before we appear in the next session, we must read. So we prioritize everything accordingly. Yeah.
Great, Sajal. So now we move on to the rapid fire thing. So if not a scholar, what would you have been?
I really cannot answer this thing because being a research scholar and academician has been my lifelong. I mean, till now it has been my goal and I'm pursuing that. So I do not know what else.
Okay. So next one, an early morning ritual or practice that helps you kickstart the day.
I would say reading. I always begin my day with 30 minutes, at least minimum 30 minutes of reading, so that composes me and sets the entire day's tune.
Great. So a must-have item on your work desk.
Coffee.
So
not just one, multiple cups.
Okay. So what do you do when you feel stressed or overwhelmed?
Coffee.
What is your latest purchase to increase your productivity? Coffee?
Yeah, yes, coffee.
Your favorite book?
It's Palace of Illusions.
And why?
Because it is more like based on the Mahabharata related some aspects. So from the perspective of Draupadi. So something that it is, although like quite different from the normal things, but still I found that to be quite avidly represented. So
the fun point, my mother also has this as a favorite book, but in Hindi.
All right.
The next one, your favorite quote that keeps you motivated.
So let your plans be dark and impenetrable as night, and when you move, fall like a thunderbolt.
Oh, great.
So it has kept me going since a long, long time. And where I find myself right now, this simple code holds a lot of power in itself.
Hmm.
Like, that sharp focus and be determined towards anything. So, there's this thing that goes, you can do anything that you set your mind to.
Yes,
This can be one of the most inspiring things for you.
yes, yes. So that was Sajal Bhardwaj for you, an FPM scholar at IIM Calcutta and a coffee lover. And it was fun having you in the interview, Sajal, and we had fun doing it.
Okay, that is mutual, sir. I mean, thank you for providing me this platform to share my views. Thank you so much.
It's great to see you all here. Thank you for watching our work. If you have not subscribed to Inkpot Hub Media, then please hit the bell icon and subscribe to our channel and support research celebrations in India.